Uh, Buenos dias, senor, senora, and senorita. As I put in my headset. To you from the heart of dawn as we progress with our dawn of humanity. Moving along quite well, humming magnificently. Well, you know, there's a reason that narcissism has been around me for my whole life. And starting with my mother and then my first wife and the mother of my children, and it just went on to teachers, to neighbors, to priests, to bosses, and it just never stopped. Anyway, I shared a post. It was the 22nd of January, actually, when Jamie Devine, who is now with me as one of my superheroes, assisting with the vision of raising the consciousness of the planet from 210 to 700 by December 31st this year. And he was the first one that I took through the process that it was successful. Now, it took 3 tries. We met in April of last year, almost, well, it is a year now. Hi, Soul. I don't know how to bring them on camera. Let me see. No, don't know how to do that. Anyway, uh, and then he went sideways, and then we worked together in, I believe it was August, and then he went sideways again, and it was a major decision on my part to take him back for the 3rd time, but there was a humbleness to him that I had not seen before, and there was a secondary gain. I wanted to find out I wanted to do the reverse engineering on a narcissist to get the specific codes to be able to be successful with a narcissist, because there's so many out there. I'd say about 80% of bosses are narcissists, especially in the corporate world and the athletes and all of that. Anyway, so it has worked magnificently with Jamie. It was January 22nd he took it, and he hasn't had a glitch, not even an ounce of going back to narcissism. No, not even an ounce. And anyway, so my second one, that was a biggie. It was a towering, it was Trump energy, to say the least. And it was Carl, and I had worked with Carl the longest, most of anyone. We started end of November, first week of December, and we were working on a project together. And so I don't know how many hours I have been with him, like, 500% more than anyone I've ever worked with. And it wasn't working. And then he used his, the knowledge that he was learning from having these experiences with me for his Iamdivinity. Then he got the intellectual understanding, and now he had a weapon to use against me to hold on to his narcissism. Yeah, and it was tough. It was tough. And finally, last week, I just made a decision. You know what? I'm not doing this anymore. And I get downloads. And it's just like a streaming, just a streaming download, and it was totally against what he would want. And so I just decided not to tell him. I wasn't gonna. He's a big man. I don't know, 6'4", like a football player. And I just, I don't need to fight. I'll just let the universe, excuse the language, kick the shit out of them and let them come back humbled. Just what I did with Jamie. And he did come back. He did come back yesterday. And he has such a gigantic heart, as do all narcissists that I have worked with. Okay? All of them have a gigantic heart, but the wiring is twisted and it's a dagger. It's a take you down before you take me down energy. And anyway, I tell you, there's a toughness to this job, but there is an unbelievably amazing giftedness to this job. I told him what the download was, and none of it was in his favor. None of it was in his favor. And he sat there, took every bit of it in, said, "You're right, Don. You're right. And just like Jamie, I apologize. Will you work with me?" Now, when you can get a narcissist to be humble and vulnerable, you're on the right track. And I was on the right track. Now, having perfected the process with Jamie, I knew all of the danger signs. And anyway, anyway, it was, took him through, and there he was. And this big giant, just humbled, just absolutely humbled. Said, "Don, we're doing it your way. I'm not doing it my way anymore. I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to help you with the vision, the way we talk, but it's going to be your way, not mine." And he just had this giant, gentleness about him. And that is the sign of the true transformation. The true transformation to go from a narcissist to divinity. Yeah. Now, I will say it took close to an hour. Yeah. No, yeah, maybe 45 minutes. Because he was so humble that he wasn't fighting, no resistance anymore. Wasn't anyone. There it was. Narcissist number 2 transformed into Iamdivinity. Isn't that absolutely amazing? I call them, one of my posts yesterday or the day before was miracles, or whenever it was. Well, Jamie was a miracle and Carl's a miracle. Let me tell you that. I tell you, when you get a narcissist to go to let go of their narcissism and step into their divinity, that's a miracle and a half. That is for darn sure. And anyway, so there you have it. I will say that I see Soul is on here watching, and I would love to have word for word what she posted yesterday. And I will find a way to do that, because you need to hear what she had to say of her amazing transformation listen to this, everyone. Listen to this. Took the Iamdivinity Instant and Permanent Transformation by Donation program. She took it last Sunday. You would not believe the dramatic shift and transformation in that lady. And I am going to share that for tomorrow. I'm sure Soul will be quite okay with that, for others to know what's possible. And until then, know that tomorrow is the Spanish version of Iamdivinity Instant and Permanent Transformation. Okay, that's on Saturday, the Spanish version. Giancarlo is going to be standing beside me, and he's going to be interpreting in Spanish to the Spanish-speaking people. Isn't that amazing? And Soul just gave me permission, and yes, I'll be sharing her beautiful articulation of her transformation out of being a victim into her divinity. It's like, wow, isn't that amazing? And then on Sunday is the English version of the Iamdivinity Instant and Permanent Transformation by Donation. Yeah, there you have it. So, if you're new to this, listen carefully. Listen carefully. Okay? You need to watch 2 previous ones to do that. 2 previous, preferably 3 of the preparation ones for the last month, for the last Sunday of the month. Okay? So you get ready. Last Sunday if it's English, last Saturday of the month if it's Spanish. Now remember, the time change starts tomorrow night. Okay? So keep that in mind, that we are in Cabo, we're on Pacific Standard Time as we speak, but it would be Mountain Standard Time on this Sunday. So there you have it. I took down a giant. Yeah, I took down a giant. I'm going to tell you something. That Jamie is already, I'm going to say something in my next video. He is doing something amazing. He's using all of what his experience to be able to find people for this process. And then Carl has got a totally different job with his superhero powers. But both for the vision that I've been carrying on my own for a long time, and it's not me on my own anymore. And that's amazing. So, anyway, there you have it. I will be doing another video this morning, and this message is for you, and it comes from the heart of Dawn. Have a magnificent day.